Rise and shine. Today's my favorite day. No offense to any of my players. Today I get to go to Lofty Pursuits. It's all of 10 minutes away, so gonna get packed up, gonna head over there for breakfast, maybe lunch. Definitely gonna get some soda fountain exclusive items, like an egg cream. I've never had an egg cream. I think it's seltzer water with then chocolate milk made in the glass, but you have to make it in the glass because you already have the seltzer froth, so you can't have it anyplace else but a soda fountain. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be fantastic. So yeah. Most people would know of Lofty Pursuits from their YouTube channel, where they produce a ton of videos about making Victorian hard candy. That's where I discovered them maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I got plenty of footage of them making candy, but the store's also so much more than that. They are a toy shop, a soda fountain, a small museum of extraneousness. It's all of the extra things that got me to fall for the brand beyond just the candy. I'm going to try to keep this video in a level of chronological order, but I'll also try to hit all the fun bits when I have the time. First things first, breakfast. I'm not usually someone who does a bunch of fruit on my breakfast, but I felt like I should probably go big. They also use these superhero cards in place of numbers for the staff to find your table. Tons of fun, though I may have stayed so long and ordered so many times that they stopped giving me a card. They just, yeah. After breakfast, I spent the morning looking around the shop trying to decide what toys and games to get and what I didn't really need. I didn't sort that second part out that well. This is also a great time to talk about the juggling equipment. Lofty Pursuits started out as a specialty juggling and skill toy shop before expanding out. The owner, Greg, played a major role in expanding out the modern skill toy communities as a product manufacturer and also the runner of the World Yo-Yo Championship for over a decade. All of the ice cream, drinks, and food came later as a means of getting people into the store and grew with time. So after eating and then looking around, I have set up to get some work done because I do have to run a game in 2 days. So I want to get some work done while I'm in a very lovely place with some Wi-Fi. And Greg, the owner, came on through. He's over at the other counter. It seems rude to disturb him, so I'll just let him work. But I saw him in the wild. While I futilely work on the laptop, let's go back to the idea of not bothering Greg. While it was with the best intentions, I would later realize that I really wanted to have a deep and lengthy conversation with him. Not to spoil the drama of the next 2 vlog videos, but I would later reach out to him and set up an interview for the end of my trip. You can see the interview now on my main channel, linked above and in the description. While they're getting finished up, chopping up all the candy we just watched it make, we're getting close to the time that they stop serving like diner food, so make sure I went and got lunch. Their ham and cheese is called the Juggler, so I had to get that. The remainder of my day at Lofty Pursuits bounced between watching the candy making, shopping, and enjoying the eclectic ambiance. The subjects of the mini museum was another thing that draws me to the Lofty Pursuits brand. I first discovered Tom Lehrer in high school and was surprised to see the Rhymes with Orange video that Lofty Pursuits had made. I was also a huge Universal monster movie fan, and the small collection of Creature from the Black Lagoon and Tarzan memorabilia was wonderful. The films were shot in the region and played a role in Tallahassee cinema history. I was also surprised to find Sprecker's root beer here on tap. Growing up, Sprecker's craft sodas seemed like a Midwest thing that most of my friends didn't even know about, but clearly they're now a widespread thing. I still had to get one for the serendipity of so much of my childhood being here. I also got a s'more sundae and a Brooklyn egg cream, though I didn't get any footage of the egg cream. The worker had some trouble getting a picture-perfect one made, so I didn't want to do them the injustice. They don't make them that often, and Greg even says in the Brooklyn egg cream video that they can be tricky to make and don't last, so that just goes to show why you need to go to a soda fountain to experience one yourself. I wasn't the only person spending extra time here today, though I'm pretty sure they either worked there or knew someone who did. There was a young artist taking up the bulk of the soda fountain bar, just painting. It was really heartwarming to just see someone sitting in this place and making art. Let's wrap up our time at Lofty Pursuits with a candy making montage. I won't try to copy one of Lofty Pursuit's videos bite for bite since they have an entire channel for that. Instead, I'll take footage from 3 or 4 batches that I saw made today and try to hit all the basics. The simple version of this process is molten sugars poured on a candy cooling table to bring it down to working temperature. Once workable, they move to a heated table to prolong that period that the candy is kind of in that sweet spot between cool enough to handle and touch and keep shape, but still hot enough to mold. Some of the candy has color mixed in and stays clear, while other candy is pulled to make it opaque. The pulled candy is riddled with trapped air, filling it with bubbles that create more surface area on the inside of the structure. The surface area bounces around the light, making it opaque. This does a few things. When building the image, opaque candy makes it more distinct by channeling the light into specific sections instead of letting the colors murkily bleed together. The bubbles also make the candy dissolve faster because of the surface area, giving a bigger hit of flavor. Despite that, the pulled candy is quite brittle. To make the pieces cut easier and maintain in packages for longer, a clear outer wrapping provides rigidity and support. Once the color palette is made, the image candy is built from the inside out, creating a picture inside the log. Rolling and turning the pieces mid-process keeps them from flattening while still malleable. From there, the candy is pulled out into rods, with the first chunk being a bit sacrificial and sold in the shop as unicorn droppings. In non-image candy, like candy canes, this piece can be hidden inside the back of the end of the log. Once the rods are pulled and cooled, they get chopped into bite-sized pieces and the audience gets to taste test the product. The candies I got to try today were a yuzu-flavored ghost, a horchata Christmas tree, and an eggnog present. The horchata was my favorite sample, and despite all of the candy I bought, might be near the top of my list of flavors in general. Then again, considering my consumption of spiced chai drinks is excessive, a vanilla and cinnamon candy is right up my alley. Having spent the majority of the day at Lofty Pursuits, it's now time to head off to see another player this evening. I bought way too much stuff. Way too much stuff. A bunch of candy, a lot of candy, a lot of juggling stuff, some notebooks, a Lofty Pursuits mug, and a yo-yo, and just way too much stuff because it's fantastic. But that's okay. Today was for me. Yes, the rest of the trip for all the players is for me, but also today was only for me. So that happened. So, made it to the next player. I cannot talk. I have a child waiting for me, so you get stuff tomorrow morning. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. It was made with the support of our patrons over on Patreon, where you can see behind-the-scenes content and the development of our own TTRPG systems. If you're looking to join a game, head on down to the description where we have a link to our Discord. You can join long-form campaigns, short mini-series for bite-sized narratives, or quick dips into systems you don't want a long-term commitment to, or you can join our Tower of Taziok. Tower of Taziok is a 5th edition infinite dungeon with roguelite elements, legacy play, and downtime synchronous with the real world. After you form a house of patronage, every week that passes in your life, your character gets a week of downtime. Everything else you can check out milestoneplay.com. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let's get going.